Good morning, Cosmic Warriors. I had a promise to come on and do a demonstration of the two glass timeline technique for manifesting. And so that's what I'm here to do. Before I go into that, I'm sitting here with my mother having coffee. She showed up last night. So I just want to cover some things before I demonstrate it. First thing is, at the end of the month, I am hosting an absolutely free masterclass, the 5 keys to unlocking your personal success. If you're on Say Hello, sometimes from your phone, you can't see the comments, but I think I figured it out, y'all. So, where it says at the bottom, or it used to say swipe left for comments to see them, or swipe right, they won't show up. But I think if I swipe back again, they start showing up, because now I see Jill is saying good morning and I see Teresa saying good morning. I think I figured it out, and that's so exciting to me. Susie in the UK, good morning. I'm going to show the 2 glass timeline technique. Okay, so once again, I'm hosting the absolutely free masterclass at the end of this month. It is the 5 keys to unlocking your personal success. So if you need the link for that, please let me know and I will send it over to you. I see Maria in Canada. She's one of my soul sisters close up here. I'm about 5 hours from Toronto, over the American border, past Buffalo in the Finger Lakes. Okay, I will get whoever wants the link for the free masterclass. But now let's talk about the 2 glass timeline technique. This is for collapsing timelines into one. Now, I did do a podcast which will be coming out this upcoming Monday, on like basic understandings in timelines. Okay, so it's going to shed some light, because I think that timelines are kind of hard sometimes for us to wrap our head around. But the beautiful thing is, science is now proven, like quantum science is proving what ancient wisdom has always known. So I combine that science with the ancient wisdom to close that gap so you can understand it more. So if you want to find my podcast, I'm on all the platforms. Cosmic Valkyrie podcast. I also have a YouTube channel. So there's posts in here, but I can also, I think I named the YouTube channel Lynn Louise Larson. I think it's at Lynn Louise Larson. Whoops. I should have done the Cosmic Valkyrie. Maybe I'll have to go back in and change that. Anyway, I digress. So let's get into the training about the 2 glass timeline technique. Okay. Let me see if we have any questions here. We do need to meet in the middle sometime. Okay. I will give, even if you're questioning if you registered or not, I can always send you the link and you can just sign up again. It won't double up or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Time is hard to wrap your mind around. And so for a long time, and I'm not going to go into a lot of that because we're going to do the technique, but when you really understand, like in my mastermind, I really go deep into this, but when we really digest that time is a social construct, and when you think of time outside of ourselves. So my favorite George MacDonald quote is, "You do not have a higher self. You are your higher self. You have a body," right? So this is the tool we came in. And so when you think about time as a social construct, time is a 3-dimensional social construct for us, right? So we did not, we existed before now, and we will exist after we transition. And when we think about our higher self, okay, when we say, okay, I am my higher self. Your higher self is the record keeper of all that is outside of linear time. Because outside of 3D, time really doesn't exist. And I go deep into giving you concepts around timelines and the basic understanding of it on the podcast on Monday. So make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Okay, so when we're looking at closing and collapsing timelines, the first thing I want you to understand is that it's really, really important to have clarity around the vision that you are going to want to create. It is on Spotify. That you want to create, especially when you're doing these timeline collapsings, okay? So you can, there's many different methods. This is just the one that I'm teaching today. So when you want to create something different, you have to know what it is that you want to create. If you are wishy-washy, the universe is going to send you wishy-washy. So the more specific, the better. And if you're just starting this out, like if you're just starting out thinking about these timelines and all that kind of stuff, you can start out simply by doing something like using this technique, like I want 3,500 followers on Facebook, right? And I would be more specific than that, okay? So you could do that, and then people are going to start following you and following you. But guess what? It's not very specific, so they might just be a bunch of bots, right? Or they might be people that are not aligned with who you are or your values. So the clearer you get, like I want to have 3,500 incredibly aligned followers that desire what I have. See the difference, right? Are going to create great leads in purchasing what I want or what I have, what I offer, right, Teresa? Like, so when I talk about vision, I talk about getting specific. Like we can say, I want to create a 10K month, and don't get me started on how much I hate that vocabulary, because all you in here are not motivated by money. So it makes it really hard to create that. Plus 10K, let's stop playing small. Anyway, so get specific. Okay. The more specific, the better. And you don't, like when I teach in the mastermind, we go deep into vision because that's something that every single one of you struggle with. I'm going to be straight up. Every single one of you struggle with this, okay? Because it has been ingrained in us to stop dreaming. By a capitalist society that wants to keep us in hard work and hustle, like earning them a lot of money, but not having it reflected in our paycheck, right? So they want to keep us in dead-end jobs. But I'm going to teach you how to dream again, right? Like I'm going to teach you how to construct a vision that is a roadmap, not just oh, someday I want to own a trapeze studio. No, we get clear and concise about what that vision is, because when you have that vision, then you have a roadmap. Then you're able to take action, because all manifestation requires action. Okay. My inner child wants to remember how to play. Let's play, girl. Let's play. This is a good first step. Okay? So when we're doing these rituals, they are only as powerful as your subconscious beliefs. Okay? I want you to hear that again. This method is only going to be as powerful as your subconscious beliefs. So if you do something like this and you do not believe it possible, guess what? The universe is going to send you more of what you already have. Okay, now I'm going to go into my dining room because I set it up super duper easy. This is a super easy technique, okay? Let me turn my camera around. Da, 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 da. Okay, so you get 2 glasses. This is just for demonstration purposes. You don't want anything on them, but I couldn't pull out my ball jars because I'm going to be using them later. So you don't want any decals. You don't want, these should just be clear, but I just grabbed them. This is my written vision. Okay. So this is like everything that I want to manifest. And this water is our conductor. Okay. It is what is going to hold our intention. So first, you have your glass of water and you sit it on your vision. Okay. Yes, they can be shot glasses. Not a problem. They can be a ball jar, because that's normally it's clear enough. It could even be like a bowl, y'all, like a clear glass Pyrex bowl. Doesn't matter. But you are going to be drinking it, so you want to make sure that that it's easy to drink out of. Okay, so you have your glass of water, you have your vision underneath it, and then we'll go back to the demonstration so I can show it to you again. So that vision that is under that glass of water, you set your intention true with a knowing energy. It's just like, this is done. This is it. So that glass represents the now. That's your programming that water. You're programming that intention. Okay, because it can be a conductor of creating and manifesting. Then you set that intention. You're done. Doesn't matter. It's just an intention. It doesn't have to take long. Okay. I mean, if you want it to, it can, but you've already programmed it with knowing energy. Then you are going to move it to the empty one. Okay. And then you're pouring this into it. So you're transferring it into another timeline, and you're going to let it sit there. Now, before you ask me, how long do you let it sit there? However long you want. It can be a few seconds. It can be minutes. Sometimes I've left it 24 hours. It all depends on what your intuition is telling you, and you trust it, right? And then you just come back and you drink that water. Water is a great timeline collapser, okay? Then, what are you going to do with that? Your vision, like your vision's important, right? Like this is, you can hang it on your vision board. If you have a vision board, you can, like burn it in the ceremony. You can do this practice anytime, any day. Okay. But when you incorporate it into, like, I did this on the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. You could do it on a full moon. You could do it on a new moon. Like, you can really do it any day. Okay? Let me see who I got here. Charlene's on. I hope Charlene's still on. Let's see. The power of water is crazy. And yes, you can collapse timelines in the shower with real ease. You can collapse timelines through walking through doors. Like there's so many different amazing methods. Why a clear glass of vessel? Good question. So I work with a really powerful shaman, and it's always clear glass. And one of the reasons is because purity. Right? Like it's symbolic of clear, concise, purity, nothing manufactured getting in the way of your intentions. Like, I mean, I just always use clear glass. You can not, but I've never not done it with clear glass. The first cup is on your vision. Yes, it's sitting on the vision, and you're programming that through intention. And then you're transferring the vision under the second glass, placing the glass on top, pouring the water into that, letting it set and absorb that new vision, and then you drink it. Do we have to set an intention with the time frame? No. Mm-mm. You can. Here's what I always say. The universe loves specifics, but it does not love limitations. Okay? So just always keep that in mind. There's a difference between being specific and limiting its ability to deliver whatever, because then when you are thinking about limitless possibilities, then you can allow it in much more rapid. Like sometimes I believe personally that setting time restrictions is setting intentions through limitations. Okay? So when we knowing energy, that it is done, that we're good, that it is ours, time doesn't become an issue, right? Is there a better way to use is there a better way than using the first glass for your current situation than the empty glass? No. Okay, so the first glass is not your current situation. Your first glass is for setting your intention in the now. So where you're at right now, you're setting your intention for what that vision is on that piece of paper. So I hope that makes sense, Susie. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Your focus is our intention holds the power to create. Period. Our intention is what creates. Okay? So this is real, this is why I press subconscious programming, because our intention has to align with our confidence and our knowing that we are the creator of all that we desire. Okay. So we are imprinting that vision, so to speak, within that water, not the vessel itself, but within the water. So that's kind of why I'm like clear glass, right? There's no obstacles to get in the way of that intention. Nothing. Does that make a little bit more sense? And then we're transferring that water into a new timeline to collapse all other timelines and align with that in which we desire. Charlene says, this is fun, right? Oh my God. After you do it with your salon team, tell me if they all had fun. I want to hear all about it. I would love to hear all about it. I know all kinds of these fun rituals. I mean, I've been doing shit like this since my teens, y'all. And I'm 57. So there you have it. I know a lot of these really amazing things. Let's see what Susie says. She says, okay, as others I've researched say, use the first from current situations. Yeah, no, we don't need to focus on where we're at, because it's like when we're thinking of time as a social construct, it doesn't matter where we're at, because where we're at is continually changing. Like change is inevitable, is always. So the intention is what you desire, always what you desire. I think a crystal grid with it would be super powerful and great. Set it on a Metatron, girl. I always, you can even use your put a crystal in the water, right? Like there's so many ways to do this that it's, yeah. Should we set up some frequency around it to boost it? All up to you. This is the basic. The beautiful thing about rituals is that you get to determine how much fun you want to have with them, right? So like the other day when I set this intention on Lionsgate Portal, my focus was very much on my vision for the next 12 months. So I spent a majority of my time writing the things that I desire, the goals that I wanted to hit, that story for where I want to be in the next 12 months, the things that I want to have, what having those things will change for me. So I spent a lot of time on that. That was like my primary focus. So I kept the ritual easy, right? Here's what I have to say about adding crystals, crystal grids, wearing essential oils, all those things. Those things are only going to be as powerful as your subconscious beliefs around what you want to create. So the first thing that needs to change is your subconscious beliefs, right? And then after that, these tools are great at enhancing those frequencies to help us bring in more. So, Teresa, the answer to how do you comb through the shadow beliefs and decide which intentions is by getting on the wait list for E10X Mastermind, because there's a lot of stuff out there that doesn't work. And I'm only saying that because I was one of those people that I tried everything. I would do these manifestation courses for like thousands of dollars that taught me to wear wild orange oil and meditate and say these affirmations all day and do this and do that and whatever. And the thing is that none of them worked, because they were just giving me a bunch of content, like do this, do that. They were telling me to do, and then like the way you're going to change who you are, your belief systems, is by affirmations, which is bullshit, because it's a really slow road. If any change happens, very rarely, right? And y'all probably know this because you've probably done it, right? So I've done all those things, but I still had the internal chaos that was getting in my way. It was like, right? And exactly, like cinnamon in the doorway is only as effective as the knowing energy in which you inhabit on a core level. And when I talk about like core level belief systems, I'm not talking about if you, well, yes, to a degree, if you believe cinnamon in the doorway at the beginning of the month brings in abundance into your life, yes, that matters, right? But more importantly, the belief systems that need to be debunked and reprogrammed into is the snarky inner critic. And that snarky inner critic is telling you who you are. She's telling you what you're capable of or not capable of. She's also telling you how the world is supposed to operate. So an example, you could be blowing cinnamon in your front door every first of the month. But if on a core level, unconscious, on an unconscious level, without your knowing, your core level belief is telling you it doesn't work, then guess what? That's what you're going to manifest. It not working. Or a degree of it working, but not to what you really desire, to the level that you desire. Okay? And the reason why I say on an unconscious level is because I always imagine, or like when I'm teaching this in E10X, one of my degrees is in art, okay? And I took a lot of ceramics. So you get a big block of clay, right? And the first thing that you do is you cut it in half because it's really big, it's really hard, it might have bubbles in it, there's some inconsistencies. So you throw it on the slab and you start kneading it, okay? So I think of your brain and your subconscious, unconscious mind as a piece of clay. So at first it's really rigid and it's like, oh, I got these beliefs and I'm not going to let you change those beliefs for anything. So we have to go through and we have to like start loosening it up and getting rid of those surface level beliefs. And they come on, like in E10X, we get those off so fast. And I give you a method that quiets that inner critic. Within a week, you're a completely different person. But then through the method, we get to go down to those core and eliminate them rapidly. So all this work doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to take a lot of effort. Like, it's not about like, oh, it's going to be really hard. But if you believe transformation is hard, then it will be. But you can move through and get those belief systems and then rapidly ascend through your belief systems when you have a method that you can apply to transform them. Okay. Oops, my phone is dying. Maria cruised. Okay. Yes, that nasty girl. We got to change her. Okay. So before I leave, I want to finish my coffee. I think my mom went outside. If you don't have the link, just post master below. Just comment master below. I'll get you the link for the master class. That's going to be absolutely free. It is the 5 keys to creating or unlocking the success that you desire, your personal success. So I'll get that for you. And yeah, enjoy your Saturday. Love and light, sisters.